Okay, it's a little windy outside, so we're gonna get through this pretty quick today. What's up, everyone? This is the MCCompiled 1.17 update. You can tell it's been a little bit of time since the last update because I grew facial hair, so. It's so windy, I can't even read my paper. Oh, shoot. All right, we begin with new dialogue support. You can now make dialogues using the dialogue command, and you can, it supports stuff like localization. You can add like new lines into the dialogue. There's like tons of features in there. It doesn't support format strings yet, so I haven't added like selectors and score values, but I don't even know if this is gonna work, to be honest. There's a couple of little things with that, but overall you can go read the documentation. It's been updated with all the new stuff in the dialogue command, so you can go check that out. Inside dialogue, the things like on open, on close, and things like button presses actually support native MCCompiled code. So all you gotta do is place a block and then put the MCCompiled code inside the block, and it'll be automatically, everything will be set up for you inside the dialogue file, and a function will be made, and all that stuff. So it's actually really well integrated with the language, and of course it supports things like macros, automation, all that stuff that you come to expect from MCCompiled. I added a new feature called audio files, which allows you to specify an audio file in the play sound command, and what it will do is it will copy the audio file over to the output folder, and it will create the sound definitions file automatically for you. So it'll append onto any existing sound definitions that you have, so you won't lose any work, but it'll just add on stuff. It's just an automation feature that I thought was really useful because I had like 50 lines of dialogue or something that I had to put in, and I was like, I ain't doing all that, so I just added that into the language. It ended up being actually more useful than I thought it was going to be. Another great thing about that is when you specify an audio file, the location of the audio file relative to your source code is where it's placed in the output folder. So it's kind of nice for organization, because if you have a resources folder, then everything's just going to go there. I added proper function overloading. So now what you can do is if you redefine a function with different parameters, so same name, different parameters, everything will work as intended. As well as if you redefine a function with the same name, same parameters, you'll get an error now instead of it just overriding the previous function. So that feels like something that I should have had in the first place, but I didn't because apparently it was complicated or something. And to go along with that, I added a thing called partial functions. So now you can define a function partial and then define it later. If you redefine the function, rather than throwing an error, it will actually append to the function that's already there. So you can, for example, append to a function multiple times, and this is just useful for meta programming. Partial functions also allow you to forward declare functions in a way, because you can define it and you can not implement it yet, and then you can implement it later using the partial attribute. So those of you who find it useful will immediately find it useful, and everyone else is just gonna be like, oh, whatever. I added support for @R. Finally, I also removed support for @I, because @I is useless. Well, at least in MCCompiled, because @I, just due to like the way the compiler was optimizing, it was making @I run really weird. It was making @I inconsistent. So I made it so that MCCompiled just inherently does execute as @I, and then runs your code. So @S will refer to the player inside of your dialog code. I greatly improved the compile time checking with lots of the commands. So now you'll see, especially with selectors mainly, but now you'll see that if you're using a selector and the selector's very, very incorrect, as in the command will never run, then you'll get compile time errors and it'll tell you what's happening. It's starting to rain now. Shoot, I better finish this fast. Oh, I'm falling. And I updated the documentation so you can go see all that. Changes. Localization no longer applies to keys which don't have any content in them. So you won't get empty localization or things in your lang file anymore. This is important because it was causing not only errors in Minecraft, at least I think, but it also causes errors like when you're deploying to Marketplace. There's a lot of Marketplace changes in this. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about, to be honest, but we'll just keep going, honestly. I fixed the syntax of the fill command, so everyone can lower their spears, lower the pitchforks. You know how it is. I made it correct. I fixed the problem. I put I think the argument was in the wrong place. The block argument. I have no idea why it was there. Why was it there in the first place? Who knows? I sure don't. If you miss a parameter and it's giving you a weird, it used to give you an error where it was like unexpected or expected token end of thing. Now it actually tells you the name of the parameter that you're missing instead of giving you that uninformative compiler crap. So now you actually know what parameter you're missing and how to specify it. That and a bunch of other bugs and a lot of other changes regarding marketplace validation. So if you are working on marketplace projects and you're getting errors when you try to submit to the marketplace, that should be way lower now, because I fixed tons of problems just with that internally. So for most of you, that's not going to be a problem, but for those of you who are actually in production and using MCCompiled in your workflow, if there are any of you, maybe not yet, but soon. That will be that's an absolute game changer. Anyways, yeah, that is about all I have for y'all. So all you gotta so now all you gotta do is download the software in the description, press the like on the video, subscribe to my channel, and then I don't know, you're like set for the rest of your life. Good job.